Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Cryptos are currently weakening, and we've already fallen a bit from where we were just a few days ago. But this was in line with my prediction, actually, and I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. I think that we can get a bounce relatively soon, and I'm actually looking at this personally for a buying opportunity. Now, keep in mind, I'm never here to give financial advice. I'm just here to share my opinion. But we will be talking about all of this in more detail during our technical analysis in just a second. With that being said, let's go ahead and give a little update on what's been happening over the past 24 hours. As you can see, a lot of cryptos at least slightly in the red, and Bitcoin was above $8,000 just about 2 days ago. So definitely a significant drop, and that doesn't mean that we can't move higher from here or that the uptrend is ruined, right? In fact, we are still uptrending, which is a very good thing. Now, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates. Link to that at the top of the description of this video. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the technical analysis, starting off with, of course, the market leader, Bitcoin. And I want you to let me know what you think is going on with the market. What are you currently doing? And basically, what you think is going on about the whole market right now. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below, and I think we can get a good little discussion going. Now, for Bitcoin specifically, what happened is we, of course, got a pretty nice run up in the short term, and we actually peaked at around $8,400. We moved lower from there. We had quite a bit of room to move lower since we had such a quick rise higher. But the good thing is we were able to start an uptrend. That is still continuing, right? Now, the indicators definitely took a hit. Our MACD crossed back below the orange line. That is a bearish sign. Our histogram went negative, and our RSI is currently moving back towards the 50 line. So we could get a bounce there. We'll see what happens. But as far as the price is concerned, we're actually moving below the middle band right now. So that was the first bounce opportunity, was at the middle band. Unfortunately, it looks like we might be moving a bit lower than that. So our middle band is currently sitting at $7,502. And right now, the price is at $7,476. So we are in an area where we could already start to stabilize, basically anywhere between $7,200 and $7,500 is a stabilization area. So we'll see if that actually ends up happening. But if we start to move below $7,200, I do think we're going to be heading back down to, around $7,000, maybe even a little bit lower than that, maybe test our ultimate support level at $6,800. But the fact of the matter is we could already start to see some stabilization where we're currently at. And if we do end up dropping lower, we do have some big support levels, including that $6,800 area and our uptrend line. So what do I personally think is going to happen? I do think that we're probably going to fall a little bit lower, maybe down to $7,200. I'll see from there. And I, like I said, am personally considering buying more at this level. Another thing that I'd like to mention is if we are able to get a quick bounce here over the next day or so, get back above our middle band and maybe get back above $7,700, I think that we actually would have completed the bounce and would already be ready to move higher from there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, see what's going on. So we're going to take a look at the Coinbase chart. Ethereum is currently breaking down below $420. That was a big support level. And unfortunately, this leaves us with a bounce opportunity at around $400. But if that doesn't happen, we're going to be heading lower. I think we might go down to all the way down to $361. And if we move below that, that's when things would get very bearish. But we do have a bounce opportunity there at $361. Keep in mind, Ethereum hasn't been the strongest crypto, but this isn't the best sign, right? And it's not good for Ethereum, and it's also not the best sign for the rest of the market because it means that maybe, other cryptos are indeed going to fall lower. Bitcoin has been holding up relatively well and has just been acting strong over the last couple weeks, but you have to also look at the altcoins, and maybe altcoins will do bad, Bitcoin will be able to thrive, but we do have to keep both things in mind, right? It's also possible that the signs and hint that altcoins will fall could also lead to a fall for Bitcoin. So that's why it's important to consider both things. We also dropped below our RSI downtrend line. Now let's take a look at Litecoin next, see what's going on. We're going to take a look at the Coinbase chart here once again. And as you can see, we're in this range right now between $70 and $80. We have some support right we're at here near our lower Bollinger Band. With that being said, we did move into the negative with the MACD and the histogram. So definitely a bit bearish. I'd say I want to make sure we stay above $70. As long as we're above $70, I'm not too worried. Any move below $70 would be pretty bearish here. Let's go ahead, take a look at Nano, see what's going on. Nano has been one of the cryptos that struggled the most recently, and it's continuing to drop lower. I think we might get some stabilization at around 20,000 Satoshis, but if altcoins are going to continue to fall, I do believe Nano will be hardly hit by that. It has no support right now. Let's go ahead, take a look at Ripple, see what's going on. So we're going to take a look at the Bittrex chart. Ripple is currently still in this range between 40 cents and 50 cents. The good thing with this is it's actually holding up pretty well. It's had a little bit of bullish news recently, hence why there might be some good buying volume here and actually a bit of a green candlestick. So I think it might actually be able to hold pretty well in this range for a bit longer. We've already seen that Ripple has a tendency to stay in these very tight consolidations for quite some time. So for now, the range is 40 cents to 50 cents, and I think that is probably going to continue a bit longer. If we do end up moving below 40 cents, that's when things get a bit more bearish, and we might see a move down to 30 cents. For now, that hasn't happened yet, and we are pretty flat on the indicators as well. So a lot of signs pointing towards a consolidation here for Ripple. Let's go ahead and take a look at NEO. NEO, also one of the cryptos that has been struggling as of late. Now, as you can see, we dropped below this yellow line that I had drawn out, which was our support level at around $30. And now I think that we're going to be heading back to $26. Hopefully we can get a bounce there. Move below that would push us down to $20. So I have to be careful here. NEO definitely is having some trouble really gaining any type of strength. Now, EOS is one of the cryptos that was previously very strong and has weakened significantly. What's interesting is it actually got a bounce here today. That is a very good sign. Bounced off 9,300 Satoshis, which was our support level, and we're actually moving a bit higher from there. Not convinced that this is going to last. We could trade between our previous uptrend line and this 9,300 Satoshi support level. If we're able to get back in our symmetrical triangle formation, that would be ideal. But what we want to be careful here is really avoiding a move below 9,300 Satoshis. If that does end up happening, a move down to 7,000 Satoshis becomes pretty likely, and that's why 9,300 Satoshis is our critical support level. Let's go ahead and take a look at Stellar Lumens next, see what's going on. Stellar is currently managing to stabilize a little bit here right above 3,400 Satoshis, which is our support level. We can see the Bollinger Bands contracting towards the price, and that usually hints to some consolidation in the near future. So right now, the signs are pointing towards consolidation between 3,400 Satoshis and 4,000 Satoshis. Any move below 3,400 Satoshis would likely push us down lower. So that's why that is our critical support level for the time being. Let's go ahead and take a look at Lisk now, see what's going on. So we're going to move over to the Bittrex chart. As you can see, Lisk is currently trading around $4.40. This is actually below our $4.70 support level, which means that we move below our critical support level, and I think that we're going to go down to $4 before getting any type of bounce. And if we move below that, it's onwards towards $3, maybe even $2, but $4 should be our next stop, and we really want to make sure we can get a bounce there. Let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano, see what's going on. We're going to move over to the Bittrex chart here. And Cardano, had some good news with the potential listing on Coinbase, but it wasn't able to dodge this market drop, which is understandable, right? It's very hard to be able to avoid that. Now, Cardano did drop below 2,000 Satoshis, does have a green candlestick here, actually started to stabilize a little bit around 1,800 Satoshis, and we also got a nice bounce off the 30 line on the RSI. With that being said, I think it's going to be very hard for it to really be able to gain any type of reasonable strength here. Unless we're able to quickly get back above 2,000 Satoshis, I think that we're going to be heading to our next support level, which is all the way down to 1,254 Satoshis. So pretty big drop ahead unless we're able to get a very swift bounce here. Let's go ahead, take a look at our last crypto of the daily crypto update, which is going to be IOTA. And IOTA is right now right around 90 cents. That is a big support level. So a drop below that is likely going to push us down to 60 cents, 50 cents. And if we move below that, it's down to our last support level really at 33 cents, which should have wiped out all the gains that we made since the big run up. So that's what's currently going on with IOTA. Definitely not the happiest thing, but we just have to wait and see if we're going to get that move below 90 cents. Altcoins looking very weak here for the most part. Bitcoin holding up better, but could also, be affected by all this and end up dropping. Its support levels are a little bit more clear cut than some of these altcoins that are kind of in free fall mode right now. So I do think that Bitcoin will be able to hold up a bit better, but it's going to take some time. We have to wait and see here if we're going to be able to get a quick bounce or if we're going to basically crumble lower over the next week or two. With that being said, thanks for watching. Let me know your opinions on this below, and I'll see you next time.